6 months ago in January, you set goals and you set New Year resolutions. Your motivation was at an all-time high and you were optimistic for a new you, a new decade, and a new year. Except there's one variable that no one could have really accounted for, and that's the pandemic. Obviously, no one could have expected a pandemic, but even when things are normal and as usual, the odds of you actually reaching and completing your goals and resolutions are against you. What tends to happen is motivation is high at the beginning. It tends to decrease over time up to a point where your resolutions are ultimately abandoned. Hi, what's up guys? My name is David. Welcome back to the channel. By the time you watch this, it'll be about July, which means we'll have spent most of the year in lockdown quarantine with limited things to do. Things that you maybe wanted to work on and accomplish for the year. Obviously, things were unexpected and you can't choose what's going to happen for you, but you can choose how to respond. So the purpose of today's video is going to do a mid-year check-in, kind of like a self-evaluation, because we're already halfway through the year, and for us to explore why you should set New Year resolutions. As good as they sound, New Year resolutions are actually made during the worst time possible because they're made during the holidays, where we eat more, we party more, we go out more, and we sleep less. Generally, we're completely out of a routine. So by the time it becomes the buzzword on January 1st and you start making your own New Year resolutions, you're actually gotten used to a new lifestyle, the lifestyle of the holidays, where it's completely different. It's really hard to not just go back to reality, but to also have an additional challenge that is sticking to your New Year resolutions. It takes a lot more self-control and most of us will just give up. Now, speaking of giving up, did you know that of those who will actually make New Year resolutions, 80% will give up by the second week of February? That's 6 weeks in through the year, 46 weeks left, not really working on what we told ourselves we were going to work on. Now, obviously, there's a lot more factors that can contribute to this sad statistic. So July is actually a much better time for resolutions because it's during summer. You have a lot more free time. It's sunny, it's warmer, days are longer, as opposed to January where it's full-blown winter and you've barely made it through the end of the year rush where you had to close the year at work, or maybe you had to finish your finals while being sleep deprived. And the thing is, you only have 2 weeks, right? So you don't have a lot of free time and you have to literally condense all your social gatherings and events in those 2 weeks. So before you know it, it's already back to the grind and you didn't really get to recover. This is why you need a mid-year check-in and you need to come up with these mid-year resolutions to give yourself a second chance to end the year on a good note. Especially now in the times we're in, many activities are restricted to us. So we need to stay agile and to adapt to what's available for us. So in this case, if your goal was to get in shape by going to the gym every day or X amount of time, and you can't go to the gym right now, you'll have to adapt and come up with different plans. For example, you can still bike, you can do some body weight, calisthenics, you can run, and you can always work on your nutrition. So the purpose of the mid-year check-in is really to reevaluate your goals and resolutions and to adjust your plan accordingly with everything that is going on right now. So the first question is, what were your goals for the year? It's important for you to reevaluate and to rethink about the goals that you had set for the year. Number two, how much progress did you make? Is it a lot? Is it nothing? Did you give up right away, or did you really just never really put any thought about it? If number three, if not much progress was made, why is that? Can you identify what were the blockers? Number four, which goals do you still want to pursue? And are there any goals that you want to add on to your list? Write them down. Make sure you write them down because just thinking about it is not going to do much. Because writing your goal creates a sense of urgency that reminds you of what you want to accomplish. It also helps bring your vision into reality. Okay, so number five, why do you want to accomplish your goal and why is it important for you? This is basically your why. And your why is extremely crucial when it comes to accomplishing and sticking to a goal because it's going to remind you of the meaning behind your goal, the importance of accomplishing it, and it's going to keep you strong and motivated in times of weakness. So once you've identified your why, it's time to figure out the what. So what are you going to do to accomplish your resolutions for the year? This is your action plan. So think about it this way. How different does your what have to be now? Take into consideration the blockers and the obstacles that have made it harder, if not impossible, for you to accomplish your goal so far. Make sure you don't plan the same way you did in January because things are not the same anymore and won't be for some time. Take your time with this and feel free to revisit your goals and revisit your plan and do a check-in every now and then, especially now because times are quite unpredictable right now. And obviously you don't have to wait till July or January to do this. You can do it as many times as you want, whenever you want. I think it's really important for us to do a mid-year check-in or at least a check-in every now and then, because the situation is here to stay for some time and it's still very unpredictable. So we have to be able to adapt. And also guys, there's still 6 months left to the year. That's 26 weeks, 182 days for you to make it. 2020 can still be your year. Again, we are in 2020 year. It is still a new decade for you to own and crush it. And it all starts with today, because everything that you do every day will eventually compound into either greatness or mediocrity. And it is up to you and only you to decide on which side of the spectrum you want to be on. So which side of the spectrum do you want to be on? If you made it till the end, guys, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. As always, I hope that you found it useful, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I appreciate you for watching. Remember to leave a comment, to hit the like button, and to subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content like this. That being said, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.